Hi there, welcome back to How Hard Is It? I'm your host, Howard Esett. Today, we're going to be seeing how hard is it to prepare some quick dinner all by yourself at home. Let's go. Alright, so for your ingredients, we're going to be keeping it nice and simple here. The base of our meal is going to be some ramen, some instant noodles, and we're going to be using 1 egg raw for protein, a little bit of vegetables to stay healthy, and we're going to be cooking that up in a really cheap pot that's very scratched up. Okay, so for your first step, you're going to want to take your pack of instant noodles, look on the instructions, and you can see that it says 550 milliliters of water. Can you see that right there? 550 milliliters. So try to memorize that number just for fun. We're not going to be using that much. We're just going to fill without really measuring it because I don't have the time. Remember, this is a fast meal that we're making at home. We don't have time to measure anything. So let's just fill some water in a pot. I didn't really look, and then let's just put it on the stove and heat it up. Okay, so just throw that on the stove there. Turn up the heat to high because we're going to be saying hi to our food pretty soon. Turn the light on so you can see the light. Oh, there we go. The light does turn on. Alright, so while that's cooking on the stove, we're going to go ahead and get started with one of our next components, the egg. Now I have the egg here, and I also have a bowl. We're going to be using this bowl to eat the noodles as well as mixing the egg. Alright, so because we're eating ramen instant noodles alone, that might make us feel pretty bad about ourselves. However, one thing you can do to cheer yourself up is pretend you're good at cooking. So to do that, take the egg and crack it open with one hand and pour it into the bowl. So what you want to do is hold it kind of like you're holding, I don't really know, an egg maybe, and then crack it down on the counter. Don't use the bowl, crack it on the counter. So just throw it really hard and splash it into the bowl just like that. So, as you can see, we're now ready to mix the egg. Some people like to use a fork, but before we mix the egg, we actually just want to try to save some of that egg that went on the counter. So just go ahead and push that into the bowl there. And then we're going to mix the egg. Now, I don't like to waste dishes, so I'm just going to use my hand. It already has some egg on it, so just go ahead and mix that egg around with your finger. Okay, so now the egg is looking pretty yolky. Go ahead and get that egg off your finger now. Okay, so now we're going to take our egg and we're just going to throw it in the microwave for 90 seconds because this is one of the fastest ways to cook an egg. Okay, so let's just throw that in there real quick. Put the cover on it in case the egg explodes. And just heat that up for 90 seconds. Okay, so as you can see there, I have the noodles in here. The water is boiling. We just need to wait for those to break apart. And the eggs are finished from the microwave, so let's see. Okay, so let's go ahead and see how the eggs turned out. So it's a little steamy in here. The bowl might be kind of hot. Ow! It's a little bit hot. Okay, but the main thing to take away here is that we cooked eggs without doing any work. So the egg is nice and cooked, and we didn't have to do any work. Okay, so while your noodles are boiling, we're going to start thinking about our vegetables, which maybe we should have thought about earlier, but I kind of forgot. And go to the sink and run some cold water, and then take your vegetables and just sort of rinse them under the cold water. Okay, so when they're done, just kind of shake them off. Okay, so I'm not going to break down the vegetables, I'm just going to drop them in the soup there. And now it looks like I just found some leaves outside and threw them in my food. Okay, so let's just mix around our leaves here. Okay, so once I think the noodles are done, I'm going to take them out and put them in this bowl. Now the burner may not be completely clean. That's fine if you drop a few noodles in there. Just put them in your bowl anyway. Okay, so now we're just gonna let those vegetables continue to cook over here. To boil, actually, I think it's called. I don't really want a big giant piece of egg, so I'm going to break it into smaller pieces with my hand. Ow, it's hot. Oh, it's hot. Tear it into pieces here. Whoo! Okay, so that's enough pieces because my hand is kind of burning now. I'm going to add the seasoning and let it mix around for like about a second. The camera is shaking a little because my culinary skills are groundbreaking. Okay, so I think it's done now. So we're going to start by taking out the vegetables and putting them into the soup. Wait, no, we're taking them out of the soup. Damn it. Alright, and then last step, we just go ahead and pour the soup in. And make sure to spill a little bit on the counter like I did. Alright, so the last thing to do now is, of course, enjoy our food. Let's give it a try. So the vegetables are pretty soggy. Let's try some of that 90-second egg. It's pretty good. It sort of absorbs the soup a bit. So, how hard is it to prepare a fast home-cooked meal all by yourself at home? Well, not really that hard. It was pretty easy. I've been your host, Howard Esett. Thanks for watching. Make sure to tune in next time.